Hi, lovelies. Welcome to Be So Light. Okay, I'm going to keep this short and sweet because I want to do this in the time that I have the time to do it in. And I want you to really pay attention to this. Now, some of the things I'm going to talk about are going to be a little sensitive to some people who might enjoy these things. But nevertheless, you have to understand that a lot of this is geared towards younger children to be infiltrated in their minds, in their being, and hijacked by these beings. So I really, really am not, and I repeat, I am not any fan of Five Nights of Freddy, whatever the hell those animatronic things are. They are like the worst type of energy. I remember the first time I saw this show or whatever the hell it is, and I just remember looking in the background. I could see all this stuff, the signals, the signs and stuff in there. And I'm like, this is not good. And it's always based on something or someone chasing someone or getting someone. I don't care. I don't like it. So these are just some of those things. If you pay attention when your kid watches it, pay attention to how their demeanor is, their behavior is afterwards. Watch how they start acting, how they memorize everything. It's such a program. So today I'm talking about entities. And we just finished having Halloween. We just finished having our fun, dressing up however you want to have your fun. And some people went to parties. Some people went to several different parties in a day and picked up some friends along the way. Let's just put it that way. So, one of the things I can honestly say when someone is infiltrated, they will be very glazed eyed. Okay. And a lot of times I kind of really associate it with mental illness because sometimes when we think about people who might have schizophrenia or they might have personalities personality diseases, okay, or disorders, excuse me, disorders, personality disorders, and those particular type, when they are diagnosed with it, it needs to go a little bit further back. When did it all happen? Who else in the family has it? Okay, who else in the family? And then there's this one thing I learned from the elders. A lot of times, people who are diagnosed with this are highly gifted people. They live in between the realms, they live in between our physical world and the spirit realm. So they're always hearing spirit talking to them. They're always seeing things, hearing things. They're always seeing and feeling and hearing all at once. And because they never had someone to teach them how to be one with their gifts or how to work with their gifts, they got diagnosed as being schizophrenic, as being personality discrepancies, all these things, okay, disorders. So a lot of times people who are locked away, they are the ones that really can see and know things. They know things. It's just to the medical people, it plays out and it looks like, okay, they don't fit the box of everything. They don't fit it. This is not supposed to be like this. Da, 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 da. We're going to put them away. Da, 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 da. Okay. But then you have the ones that are special children. Okay. They too are gifted, but it makes them highly susceptible to be hijacked. And I know it for a fact because they gravitate really easy to any of that animatronic stuff that is in a negative. Okay. Like if I compared the animatronics of Five Nights at Freddy to Monster High, Monster High talks about the differences of each other. Okay. Versus when you have Five Nights at Freddy, that's all about the negativity. the fear factor that comes along with it. So those two energies are two different things. Monster High will talk about, oh, the glamour, the shoes, the relationships, how to be better, how to put your best foot forward. And then you get Five Nights at Freddy, and it has a lot of mixed stuff in there. Okay. That's just my own personal take on it. What I'm saying is my own personal take of what I've seen of it. Okay. And have had interactions after the fact with it. Okay. So you have to watch over your young ones if they have autism, if they have any kind of personality behaviors, any of that. Okay, where they are being medicated. Okay, anyone that's being medicated, the simple fact that they're being regulated and being medicated for behaviors, excuse me, is where you really want to pay attention to how susceptible they are to being hijacked. Okay. And they're walking portals, and things can easily attach to them because they live in the made up world of their friends. Okay. Where we as people who work in the spirit world, what we see spiritual beings and da da da, but to them, these beings shows up to them as their friends. Okay, their friends. And this is where you get a lot of spirits that are deceased, especially children ones that are looking for a body to jump into. Okay, that they can get into and they can do some stuff with, and they can do all their whatever. They're looking for that body. So I really, really, really need all of you to be very aware. Pay attention to your child. As soon as they finish watching some off the wall program, how are they acting afterwards? What's going on with them? If you start having some kind of behavior problem with your child that is out of the norm, you need to be looking at that. Pay attention to that because they are more susceptible to getting hijacked right now, energetically. And when they come to you and they say, look, I saw something in my room or something's underneath my bed, don't blow that away. Just because you can't see it doesn't mean that the young one doesn't see it. And cats are protectors. They can see in our living world and see in the spirit world. That's why they're guardians of the doorways. They're guardians of your doors, they're guardians of your windows, they're guardians of your whatever door portal that comes in and out of your home. They are guardians. They see the stuff that walks in your house. They can see it first before you do and before you even sense it. So this is why cats are like probably the number one thing to have in your home because they are really good at seeing things. They can see it. Um, they are those gifted beings. So I really just wanted to bring this into fruition, bring this into your understanding and pay attention to this because we're in a time where we are in spiritual warfare and there's a lot of spirits coming in and they're hijacking and they're doing their thing, and we have to be very diligent with our cleansing of our spaces. And when you walk up on a space to go smudge the bed or smudge the room after some kind of argument or whatever and it goes out, you might want to step back and do it again because that means that's a heavy concentrated energy that needs to be released in that space. Okay, so I really wanted to hop on here and just talk about some of the things and pay attention to coldness in the rooms, pay attention to animals not going near someone because they don't feel safe with that person or they feel like that person has something on them. If a cat doesn't go up to somebody and they kind of scatter away and dogs will do it too, it's because that person has a visitor. And remember the rules. These attached beings like to hitchhike because they can get into your space. But sometimes when they are trying to get into your space, they have to be invited in. Okay. And you just never know, especially nowadays. You just never know. Be mindful, be watchful, and be watchful of the things that you receive from people because you just don't know what's attached to it. I told you how I was getting sick from something as soon as I touched it, and I was like, wait a minute. And this person was giving it to me, and I was like, gotta get rid of this. This doesn't have a frequency right with it. There's something hijacking it. Okay. Nothing's off the table now. Everything is open. You know, ways to get at the light worker, ways to get at the way shore, insects running into you, things stinging you, things biting you for no reason. You're having a reaction from it. Weird stuff happening. Anything that could interfere with your well being. Okay? Nothing's off the table now. We are in full on spiritual warfare. So, when you encounter things like this is where you need to really um, do the care of your home and making sure you smudge, making sure you use your Florida waters, your Palo Santos. I love burning that holy bark. Using that to clear space and bring in good energy. Pray up your home. Nothing that is of lower vibration can come in through the door. Um, these are those things we really need to pay attention to right now because, like I said, nothing's off the table. Everything is going to be used. So I hope this makes sense and how you need to be guarded up and not guarded up in a sense, but how you need to just take a little extra time to wear your protection or protect your auric field. Know that you're protected, you know. So being not knowing. All right, here's the message for today. Ooh, dream thief, refusal of the call. Ooh, when we refuse the call, how is it going to show up for us? How are we saying no, I'm not going to do it? No, and how does it keep coming back? So the refusal of the call. I like that. That's number 13. Rejection of the path of fulfillment, refusal of the call. You are so much more than you know. Now is the time to express what has laid dormant. Your new adventure has already begun. So it's all about teaching from an old wound will never allow you a new adventure. Instead, bring to mind how you have already changed, remembering that you have new stories to relay and build upon. Do you want to move beyond the barriers of the glass you have placed between you and the horizon? I like that. So, dream thief. What's the thief? What's the thief that's coming to steal the dream? What energy is that? Okay, and then the light language card message, which is Cosmic Consciousness of Ascension, which I love, is by Jamie Price. Discernment, Lyra. I love this. This is beautiful. Just take that in. All right. So those are the two cards for today. And I am going to work on a couple of projects, put some things together, and keep it moving. Keep creating. Thank you so much for joining me here on Be So Light. Please do not hesitate to just take a look at my books of Galactic Spiral Light that is on Amazon, as well as Be So Light Spiral Light is on Amazon. I have my webpage, galacticspirallight.com. Very easy to go to. You can check out my info there. If you want to book for a session, please let me know through the email. And be good to yourself. Pay attention. Be aware. Pay attention. Be aware. All right. Much love to all of you. Bye.